All right. Oop. So, what's up, everybody? Welcome to the podcast episode. I hope you're having a beautiful, beautiful day. I am here. We're hanging out in the Discord here, and I am going to do my podcast topic, which is basically what inspired you to start creating the music. Period. Like what about what about it? What did you hear? What is it that really kind of said, "Hey, I want to go do this myself," I'm curious to know. I'll tell you my story, and I'm curious to know other stories. I posted this topic on my Twitter, in the Discord, and on Facebook, I believe, as well. And oh yeah, Facebook, and also on Insta. So yeah, if you have something that inspired you to create the music, or something that inspired you, that to want to do it, um, you know, uh, let me know, and I will shout you out and shout out your story here on the podcast, because it is nice for other people to know, like, hey, what did you what did what made you get, like, so inspired to get into this, like what was the tipping point for you to let me unmute that. What was the tipping point for you to you know want to create it yourself, and I do think that's an important thing to know. Let's see. So yeah, and we've got a Mark Moncrief commented on Facebook as well. So um, Yura, hey there. How are you doing? I hope you're doing wonderful, man. Thank you for the love. Um, so basically, I will start with Mark Moncrief. He basically says, he gave up writing years ago to focus on other things and started dabbling again in 2018. Then he befriended the legend that is yourself, hashtag Zafer. And to have someone of such caliber believe in my work and to take time to collaborate really gave me the confidence to push and pursue my goals. Since our collaboration, I've been busy writing and releasing, but I would never have been in such a fortunate position had it not been for you. So, I really appreciate that, Mark, for sure, man. It means the world that I was able to help you along your path, because uh, I didn't, it's not always like I know what it took for you to get there, like you're just doing your thing, and then somebody else kind of comes in and gets inspired from your work, and it's really cool that they come and create their own stuff. So I'm happy to be a part of it, Mark. And honestly, I truly believe that you've always had the music. I'm just somebody who has basically helped you along your path and done my part of creating the music. So I'm I'm just as thankful that you felt that way about my music, and thankful that you consider me of any caliber as somebody you know, um, who would, like, as another level to work with you, So it's just nice that that happened, and I really hope you make more tunes in the future, Mark. Much love to you. So this one is actually from Instagram, and this one's from at Manu Music Mist on Instagram, and he says, I tried to go in the rabbit hole of what instrument is that after he listened to an indie EDM track. And I think that's pretty cool because, yeah, when I first started listening to music myself, where it was like a deeper kind of listening, I would listen to songs on repeat, like they weren't anything, this is when I was younger. I listened to songs on repeat, and I would literally just listen to identify like one key element in the song. I didn't know what instrument it was. I didn't know what was going on, but I just listened to it and I always was curious, like, what did they do to that the whole time? So, I can see Manu Music. I hope I'm saying that right. Manu Music. I can see, how, hey, what's up? What's up, Andres? How's it going? I can see we're talking about what inspired you to create music. So if you have anything that inspired you to create your music, just type it in the comments. I will shout it out right now live on stream. Anything that inspired you to want to create the music, to want to begin to become an artist or a musician or of anything, let me know. I'm curious to know. And I'm kind of talking about it here. I've got a few already that have already told me what inspired them to create. You know, that's really the thing for me is, you know, what inspires you as an artist to want to create, you know, and sometimes it's not always like a song, you know, sometimes it's just like an event or something related to it, you know what I mean? So, hey, what's up? What's up? How's it going? How's it going? Yeah, I want to know what inspired you to create your music. I'm interested in what inspired you as an artist or as somebody who is just becoming an artist, like just kind of in the beginning stages. You know, what was it that kind of like sparked it for you? And I'm just talking about it here. But anybody is more than welcome to type it in the comments here if you're watching on Instagram Live. Type in the comments what inspires you to create, and I will shout that out when I pay attention. So yeah, you know, Man of Music, I do agree that it's kind of cool when you start listening to music on a deeper level, that it kind of you start finding other things that you know, inspire you to want to do it yourself, because you see that melody and you're like, hey, I want to play with that melody on my own time, you know, on my own musical styles. So, you know, that's really the coolest part, because it really doesn't matter who created it or where it came from. What matters is that, you know, it sparked some kind of interest. You know, it sparked a lot of interest in you. And I think that's really neat, because, you know, the interest in what you do is also just as important as you doing it. So it's not just about, you know, you doing it just for the accolades or the money or the fame or anything like that. It's really about, you know, keeping that inspiration going, and then you're passing it on to the next person. So, you know, when the inspiration hits you and you create the tune, you pass it on to the next guy who creates the tune as well, and he passes it on to the next guy, or somebody comes in and then they hear it and they're inspired to create their own stuff, you know. So Chuvakov says nature. Yeah, I think that's a great thing. You know, that's interesting, because I believe nature has a lot of like melodies inside of it, like bird songs. You know, if you ever go outside and listen to bird songs, they have some really interesting melodic tones to them, you know. So it's very, you know, I do agree that nature is actually such an inspiration to music, you know. And I'm glad you know, I'm not the only one who, I know a lot of us do, but you know, like to see nature in such a way where it inspires you to want to create, that's beautiful. That's beautiful. Your music gives me a lot of peace. Oh, thank you so much. Thank you so much. I appreciate you, and I appreciate the love. Who is it? Who or Ju? I don't want to say that wrong, but thank you so much for the love, Ju Alv. I appreciate it. E. Shivakok says, I am inspired by the sun and rain. Oh, yeah, I can see that. I can see that for sure. Um, there's something so peaceful about the rain. I can't explain it either. And I absolutely do feel like moods from it, you know? I feel moods from the weather, from nature. And the sun is definitely a big inspiration source for me. I definitely feel inspired by the sun. It keeps me happy too, you know, and it also, you know, it warms the inside of myself as well, just feeling the rays on the outside. Nature itself is very powerful to me as far as teaching me how to create as well. So, you know, thank you for those suggestions. Thank you for letting me know what inspires you, because I believe that, you know, other people could benefit from this, you know. So, and then here's my next one. How did you begin? From Dianork at Dianork on Instagram. He says, still on my desktop PC, but still feeling the breeze. I'm guessing he is talking about he started on his desktop. So he started in the electronic world, just creating, and he's been going ever since. And honestly, man, that's basically how I started too. I started on my PC. You know, I got it from I got a copy back in like 2006 from you know, a friend back then, and then we just been at it ever since. You know, we've all been creating in our own way, you know, and you know, you start from somewhere, and that's the beautiful thing. I want you to start from somewhere, and if you don't know where to start, then start from where you're at right now, you know. Start from the experiences you have, start from what has already started to inspire you in your life, what brings you happiness, what brings you that kind of feeling. Start there, you know, and then keep it going. So, I like these questions a lot. Oh, what is this? Let me see. Oh, let me try. Oh, I see. Oh, that's cool. Yeah, and then here's mine, okay? So I will pick this right here, and it says, I found music that I enjoyed, and I pursued the journey of creating it. So that's what I did, when I started my journey into music production. Was that, yeah, I just listened to a lot of music, and then my listening sort of evolved over time. So it wasn't like I was just listening just to listen. I started to listen on like a deeper level. So when I started listening on that deeper level, and I started feeling the vibes from it, or like where people were coming from, um, I don't know. I started to feel the stories, and then when that happened, it 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 made me want to tell stories in the songs, like it made me want to tell stories in a way that was melodically understood. Doesn't mean that I'm doing it right or anything, but I do think that like that's sort of what started the inspiration process of, me coming into the music world and saying, "Hey, I want to do this for real." Like it was a difference between me just doing it as a hobby and then me wanting to do it for real. Like it was two different sides of the coin. So, like I didn't want to just do it as a hobby because I felt more to the music than as a hobby. So, the music itself was kind of the inspiration source of like I felt it inside, and people making it and other people making it, they were, they were doing it, like they were telling the stories. It was like poetry, and I just wanted to write poetry myself. And so once I found that, I then started to create it, so, hey Haley, there is no right or wrong way. Amen to that. Amen to that. I agree completely. Like there is no wrong way to create your music, but you should always create it. And that's what I always wanted to like put out to the people is like, don't feel like you need to, like do it the right way, so to speak. You know what I mean? Like there is no right way to create it because you were just creating it, like the whole point of the music process is just to be created, you know what I mean? And that's the whole point of it. Andres, I'm sorry, I can't really understand that. I don't know if you're asking if I'm religious. But no, I'm not. I'm just pretty spiritual of a person, I guess. I grew up religious, but I'm not really that much, I don't really honor the traditions like, you should, but I still honor what it is, so, I honor what the music is for sure, because I hear a lot of people, it's not like, you know, people come in, they might not know why I'm talking about this, but on my end, I get messages, I see it all the time, and people posting is like, hey, they want to create it, but they can't, or they feel like they're just not up to the par yet. They feel like they're not, they'll never have the right mixing down, or you'll never measure up to this guy or that guy. And, it's really not about that. It's about you making the music. So, if I could say something to you, if there's something I could say, if it is one word, one sentence that can inspire you to sit down and start creating, then all this was worth, all this is worth, in my opinion. It's worth it, even if, you don't get anything out of it. I know somebody out there that will get something out of this, because that's the whole thing is, anything you can do to inspire others to do it is worth doing, And if you don't yourself feel inspired to do it, or you don't want to, you don't want to get out of bed and doing it, that's okay. It's not like the end of the world. But, the thing about when you start getting into it and you start doing it is, well, it sort of starts changing, because, it's like, what do you want to do with yourself? Do you want to get up and do you want to really spend 2 or 3 hours on that game? Or do you want to spend like at least 30 minutes to an hour watching videos on compression or something to understand how compression works, or studying, a little bit of music theory to kind of get yourself on the ball game. So it's like whatever obstacle that's in your way, you know, remembering what inspired you to create it in the first place is what kind of takes you back. So you don't rush, you know what I mean? You don't rush the process. You don't rush, the whole musical thing. Let's play one of your tracks, please. All right, man. What do you want to hear? What do you want to hear, man? I'll tell you what. I'll play you. Um, let's see. Let's play Easy Listening. There you go, man. Love your song, Sam from India. Hi. Thank you so much, He-Man. He-Man. Thank you for the love. I appreciate it. I really do appreciate it, guys. This is not all like really planned out, like how I'm gonna do it, but it's just really a big deal for me to do it because I know somebody out there is gonna receive this, and I really want you to receive it in a good way. So, this is why the podcast thing matters to me, and this is why I'm gonna keep figuring it out to help you get inspired to create, because it won't just be my story that'll be told, it'll be other people telling their stories. And it's why I have this Discord server. It's why this is why the Twitch thing is kind of a good thing for me too, because now I can really focus on the people that want to create, that want to be a part of a community of people that create, and also want to be a part of the positivity, So that's the whole thing, is like I want you to stay positive about your music. I want you to be willing to create it. I want you to be happy to create it, and I want you to be proud of it. And I want to support that. I support people that create, and I support the art of creation itself. This is why I want to show you how to do it. And this is why I want you to learn, like I don't want you to not create that song you've always wanted to create because you're too afraid of how to do it, because you could take anything, take anything and just start creating, like that's the whole thing, is just creating is what you want to do. And the more confident you are about what you create, because like everybody starts from somewhere. Whenever you started walking, you weren't just hitting the ground running. People forget that. You forget it. You forget that you take a while for you to get really good at stuff, where it becomes second nature to you. It takes you years to master things. So, it's not a rush, but you have to spend time at it. You can't just not do it and not just, do anything about it and then just wish for it, like wishes are good, dreams are good, but they're just like signals, signposts. They say, hey, go off in that direction, go see what that is, go try to make that dream come true, and get rejected, like let it hit you in the face so you can see that it's not what you want to do. Or you can go, hey, I really like this is what I want to do, and this is why like I create the music I create. This is why I feel the way I feel about it. I'm very proud of what it is. And it's not about making money for me. It's not about anything. It's about just creating something beautiful for somebody to experience, And and the messages I get, the people that like and comment on it, it really does help. It helps. At least it gives me validity. It validates what I'm doing. But at the end of the day, I'm already validated just by doing it. Whether I make it or not, whether the song succeeds or not. It's kind of like why I'm not really trying to get music supported and promoted all the time like that. It's not really the MO for me. I want people that to get their music out there. I've got my music out there before and put it out there and gotten people to spin it. You can do the same thing, and I want you to do it. So, that's the whole point of it, and I really do appreciate you all out there who decided to tune in. Thank you on Instagram for your answers, for tuning in with me and hanging out. I appreciate it. Thank you all out there who are tuned in on Twitch, listening to the podcast as well. And those of you that are listening afterwards, thank you again. Please don't feel free though to comment below what you feel, what inspired you to create your music or to create your art, period. It doesn't have to be music, anything. What inspires you to create? I love to know that because I'm a creator myself. And what was it that just triggered you to say, hey, I'm going to create this, So, much love. It's me, Zafer. I'm signing off. Make sure you guys follow me on all social medias like Twitter, at Zafer, Z8PHYR, and at TikTok. Follow me on TikTok and follow me on Twitch. If you want to see me create stuff live in person and you want to ask me questions, come to my Twitch channel, twitch.tv/Z8PHYR, and come hang out with me. Come subscribe and support me if you're not already. But, it all helps. Or just hang out and watch, it's all good. I really appreciate it, guys, and I hope you have a beautiful, beautiful rest of your day. Thank you for tuning in to The Breeze. We'll catch you on the next one. Bye, everybody. All right.